Hello there, golfing fans. Welcome back to the channel, proudly sponsored by betting.co.uk. I'm just back with my selections for this week's golf event. It's the penultimate event on the 2023 DP World Tour circuit. We've got the Alfred Dunhill Championship taking place at Leopard Creek Country Club in South Africa. Next week we head off for the Mauritius Open, and then we can start afresh for the 2024 season. But it's been a good one this year. We're just under the 1,000-point mark profit for the season. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I do appreciate you tuning in. But if you're able to click subscribe to this video, that will be doing me a massive favour as well. I do also have a group chat of over 300 members, and if you'd like to come over and join us there for extra content, free bet giveaways, merchandise giveaways, then there is a link for you in the description below. Okay, so in this episode, I'm just going to be bringing you the two selections. Again, I've got some extra selections that are already live over in my group chat. But in this episode, I've got the two for you to get stuck into. But I think they're going to do us justice this week. I really do feel like they've got some very good chances. As I said, this course is it's at Leopard Creek Country Club, 7,249 yards, a par 72, 4 par 5s. And last year's winner was actually Ockie Stridham, who recorded a course record 63 in round 3 to end up claiming victory. It was a really, really good performance. The keys that are taken out by looking at this golf course is distance control with the irons is going to be absolutely key. I think they're going to protect the pins in rounds 1 or 2, maybe even in the final round here. So you're probably going to need to be quite consistent with the irons throughout. And the greens are very, very slick as well. A really, really good course this week. And I haven't really been looking forward to the last few events. I mentioned that in last week's video. But this is actually an event I'm going to get stuck into, sit down and really get stuck into the action. A really good golf course, should make for a really good watch as well. Okay, so I've got one win selection for you, and then I have an each way selection for you as well. And my win selection comes in the name of Erik van Rooyen at 16-1. World number 88, who has slowly been finding his form in the last 6 to 9 months. And I've been waiting, trying to find the time to back him, the right time to get stuck into him. He then, of course, went on and won the DPWT on the PGA Tour when he just missed out on my shortlist. And I didn't have a penny on him that day as well. But regardless of that, I think he's got a really good chance again coming into this week's event. He's playing really well on both of the tours. And on the PGA Tour, his last 4 starts were tied 30th, 16th, 23rd. And then he obviously had the win in the WWT. And then he's had 3 starts on the DP World Tour, where he's since then finished tied 6th, tied 8th, and tied 16th. So he's very much in form at the moment. Fantastic with his irons of late. He's really one that's playing with confidence, full of motivation, back in South Africa. He's going to be my number 1 for this week's tournament. Selection number 2 is going to be Italian Francesco Laporta at 100-1 for the 8 places available. You can get a bigger price for less places, but I do want the 8 on Francesco Laporta, and again I think he could pay off to be a really wise selection for this week. Now he is a bit of a maiden, or he is a maiden still on the DP World Tour, but he's a very consistent sort of player who's actually been catching my eye in the last few weeks, and sometimes a player just does sort of start to do that as the season goes on. He to me looks like he's very much a player in form, hitting those irons really, really nicely. And I think he's going to have a really good opportunity at a very big price. He's seemingly a player that plays well when he finds some motivation in his golf swing, a little bit of confidence. He had a really good finish last week, finishing 10th in the South African Open Championship. But prior to that, he had 3 top 10s on the Challenge Tour as well. So I think he needs to be taken seriously this week at a price of 100-1. Some of the selections that I've got also in this week, as I said, they are over in the group chat, but just a little bit of a pointer for the course this week. You can look at, of course, green and regulation stats, but for me, you really do want to be finding those players that are best with their distance control in statistics with their irons, because this is going to give them plenty of opportunities throughout the week. But if you short side yourself or go too long in these greens, you really can get yourself in trouble. So distance control is key. So you want someone with a nice sort of semi-low controlled draw or a fade with a golf swing, and I think that'll bode really well, and you're at least going to get a load of chances for birdie with those selections. But this week, my number 1 selection is Erik van Rooyen at 16-1. Selection number 2 is Francesco Laporta at 100-1 for 8 places. 2 other selections over in my group chat. There's a link in the description below. Come over, join the action, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.